guys, welcome back. It's later on Saturday night now. I painted this earlier today. I baked it dry. It's all dry. You can touch it. Nothing gonna mark it up or anything like that. I baked it at 140 degrees for 30 minutes. Turned out really good. Got a little bit of solvent pop up here in the corner, just a tiny bit, and I'm not gonna mess with it. Nobody's ever gonna see it. That was probably because I put heavy primer on there yesterday because I had sanded it down and redid a little mud work right there, but it's nothing that you could barely see it really. I mean, you have to really look at it closely. And actually, yeah, I could probably wet sand it out if I wanted to, but I'm not going to worry about it. Just wanted to screw with one thing tonight, and then I'll finish this video up tomorrow, which will be Sunday. I wanted to see how this, there's supposed to be glass behind it, and it shows how much gas is in the tank. And on this, I'm going to cut this out and put it behind the glass because it'll kind of look like it then. Because I'm not going to use this whole sticker. So that we'll use tomorrow. This, I just want to see how big I need to cut it. Looks like I can get away with about right here. Because I don't want to put that emblem on and have green paint behind it. I think I might have just cut it wrong. Nope, I'm all right. The only thing is going to be a little hard is getting it lined up. I guess what I could do is make a marker. Let me grab a marker. Probably make a mark with it. Actually, maybe I can do it differently. Maybe what I can do is kind of hold this on here. Might be able to just kind of stick it in there. Or maybe I want to build it out with something. Because you see how this comes out far? I probably want to build that out with something. That's about a 1/2 inch thick. I have to think on that, what I can build that out with, and then put the sticker on whatever I build it out with, because then it'll be right up against here. If not, it's going to be setting back a 1/2 inch, and you're going to see white behind it. So now I need to figure out what I can put in there that will hold that. So I guess I'll look around and see what I have I can use. Sure, I'll come up with something. Let me show you what I came up with. Okay, I had some 3/16 plexiglass. So I cut 2 circles. So I'm going to put 1 circle in there, like this. Okay, then I got to grind this down a little bit more. But I'm going to put the second circle in there, and it's still a little bit of a gap. I could also just put like a piece of cardboard behind the second one. But what I'm going to do is, on the first piece of plexi, I'm going to just take the cover off of it and leave it clear. Then I'm going to put the sticker on the second one so that when I put it in here, it's going to look like glass, like you're looking through the glass. So to be a little bit more realistic looking. But I've gotten it real close. I got the first one to fit, but the second one's not fitting yet. It's a little too big still. So I'm just using my little bench grinder over here. Kind of just going around it. Getting it rounder looking. I cut it with a jigsaw, so, you know, plexi and jigsaw usually doesn't cut the greatest. I'm still working on getting a cordless microphone. The one I bought won't work. I ended up going to Walmart because it said they had one. I bought one at Walmart and realized it's the wrong plug end. So either A, I need to get an adapter or just order another one off of Amazon. But I am trying to get that going so my audio gets to be a little bit louder and easier for people to hear me. Just about got it. A little bit more off this one edge. Perfect. It's actually a really nice tight fit. So now I could take the sticker and put it on the second one. We'll use this one for the sticker because the plastic's peeling off a little bit, and if there's any scratches in it, you won't see it. So what I'm going to do is stick it to the second one. Just trying to see. This is going to be weird how I do it, but I'm going to stick it on backwards, and then I'm going to take that piece of plexi out and flip it over. By sticking it on backwards, I can kind of see to make sure that the where I cut it out, it covers. So that looks like it covers. So now I can pop this out, peel off this masking. I did pick up a piece of Lexan to cover the gauge area. So now we got that on there. So then this piece needs to go on first now. Ugh, sticks like static electricity. Sucks having your fingernails all sanded down, trying to grab stuff. So now if I wipe this off real good, put this in there first. Like that. Stick this one in behind it. Doesn't look too bad. And we have about 1/8 inch. I could cut a third piece of plexi, but I think I'll just put a piece of cardboard behind it. I mean, it's not going anywhere. These are nice tight fit in there, but it actually doesn't look too bad. Let's see what it looks like on here. Yeah, I want to put some cardboard behind it so it doesn't push back on me. But these are going to be fun to put those screws in probably. I think I got a piece of cardboard actually right here. This is cardboard. This is some stuff that came for the next project. I got to get this 59 done this week. I'm going to be working on it all day tomorrow again. I'm going to write a list of what I need to finish and then just mark it off as I get it done. I really need to get this out of here for next weekend. So I'm just going to cut a square. in there, which really should be about all I need. Let's see if we can get these screws in there. It's not going to be the easiest. Hitting on. Okay. I'm going to need a washer because these little nubs are sticking past the sheet metal on the inside. Okay, this is not going to be easy. Probably have to do it off camera because it might take me a little bit of screwing around. But I'll give it a shot real quick. Need a bigger washer. Needs to be just a little bit bigger of a hole on the inside. Now this one will go over it. Just needed enough for the nut, for something for the nut to go against, and guess what? It's too big of a hole. So now I gotta go try to find something that's smaller hole than this, but not bigger, but bigger than the other one. Now I have some that'll work. You know, the funny thing is I never really ever look at washers until now because I'm trying to find something that just fits over that nub, and then this nut can go against the washer and not slide through the hole. So I'm looking through the washers and look at this one. This hole's not even in the center. It's offset. Wonder how many washers I've put on cars and stuff that are like that and just never paid attention because really no reason to pay attention, you know? Not gonna be easy. I'm gonna try to do this off camera because this might take me 20 minutes. Okay, I got them both started. So now, if I just thread them in a little ways by hand, that's all I need to do because the nut will come back and push on it then. I only need a couple good threads out of each. All right. Stick my piece of cardboard back in there. I have a wrench here. It's 11/32, I think it was. Yep. Now I can try to tighten that nut. I could have probably double-sided taped this on there, but I'd rather it be a little bit more secure than that, just to be on the safe side. Probably could have used 2 washers. I don't want to over tighten it. That's good. That's good enough. It's on there. It looks pretty good, I think. What do you guys think? You have to let me know. Looks like glass, doesn't it? Wonder if I should have rotated it a little bit. It'll be fine. So now that we have that on, I think I'll just finish this tomorrow now. Maybe we'll put the handle on this side. We can do that real quick. I just don't want to put the decal on the paint until tomorrow. I want to give it a full night of curing, just so we don't get any bubbles underneath the vinyl decals, because there's a sticker that goes for the gauges, and then there's a sticker that goes below it. Let me grab the handle. All right. And this I'm just going to position in the downward position. A little bit of a tighter fit now that the paint is on it. Oh, you know what? That set screw. No, it is. Yeah, I can come out a little bit. There we go. There we go. See that on there? It looks good. Now on the original one, it probably would have had a bigger hole cut. And this, no, I don't know that handle would honestly have gone in anymore. Probably wouldn't have, because I can barely fit my index finger between that and the cabinet. So I would think that it might would stick out like that. Because obviously if it got closer, it would just scratch the shit out of the paint. So yeah, tomorrow then we will get the vinyl decal on here, the vinyl decal down here. We'll get the light put in. We'll put the piece of plexi, or Lexan rather. I use Lexan versus plexi on stuff that people are gonna touch, because this doesn't scratch as easy and it's easier to buff out. So we're gonna have to cut this down on the table saw to get it to fit into that opening. But we'll do that tomorrow. We'll cut that to fit. And then, you know, we'll have the plastic behind it. We'll get the light to shine down in there. We'll get the front emblem on. We'll get the hose and all this stuff put on, and the globe put on tomorrow, and get it all lit up and see what it looks like. And then the only last thing I'm gonna have to do is make the base for it, the wooden base that's gonna sit on. And we are going to paint that with automotive paint as well. So that poplar is the same type of material I used when I did that bar, and I painted it with automotive paint. We're gonna use that same stuff. We're gonna make the stand itself out of 2x4s, 2 of them laying on their side, laying down. Make a square box out of 2x4s, and then we're gonna trim it out with that poplar, and then I will filler prime it, sand it, and then paint it gloss black, or, you know, I'll probably do a satin black. And then that'll give this, will sit 3 inches off the floor of the metal. The wood will be a 3-inch riser, and what that's going to do is give me enough room for this down here. This is my drain port to drain that tank every so often, so that I can get the water out of it, because it's going to collect water over time. So it's going to have a little valve right here. So it's got a 90 and a valve right here, and then it'll go down into a floor drain. And then every so often I could just open it up and drain the water out of it. But I think it's looking pretty sharp. It's gonna look real good once the front's all together and the globe's on it and lit up. So what I'm gonna do with the globe is this light and the globe, I'm gonna have to, I'm just gonna splice the wires together into one, because I don't want to have two plugs. And this is just low voltage, little LED light strip and stuff. So I'm going to take this wire and probably cut the end off of it and splice it into the wiring right here, which is for this, where's it at? Where's it at? Right here. For this light socket. Or maybe what I'll do is run the LED light strip over to these prongs and then run this wire into these prongs and just do a double connection on here with wire, and then I won't have any crimp connectors. So that's what I'm going to do. I like that better. This has got to go back on the base, and this is what holds the globe on. So once you got to loosen these screws up, the globe slides in there, and then you tighten the screws up to it. Kind of like a light that you would see in your house, that, you know, like a glass globe that goes up there. Let me show you guys another project that I came up with. I don't sleep much, and I come up with a lot of weird ideas, especially late at night. And I don't even know how this one even came out of my head, but it did. So let me show you. So I went on Amazon and found pendant lights on clearance for $10.97 a piece. It's a pretty cool looking light, actually, you know. But I can't leave it like this. I don't want that in my back shop. What I'm doing is I'm making a couple lights for my bathroom. Everything's gonna be rustic back there. Everything's gonna be rustic and car related. So I'm gonna tear this apart, ruin this light, but for $10.97, I'm not really worried about it. Maybe I'll save those glass cylinders for something. I'm gonna save those glass cylinders because you never know. Might come up with an idea for that. But anyways, I'm gonna take those apart. I'm gonna get it to where that fixture itself fits inside of one of these 2-barrel carburetors. These are just junk carburetors I've had laying around. They're not worth a crap anymore. They are Holleys. I know one of them was a Holley. Like this one's missing screws. It was taken apart. I robbed some parts out of it at one point. But I'm gonna take these hoses off of here. So what I want to do is take the light bulb socket and let me grab my tripod. Okay, I'll show you real quick what my idea is. I'm not going to do this until the 59 leaves. After the 59 leaves, I'll do these. But anyways, I'm going to take this part off that holds the air cleaner. It just comes right off. I'll save that because you never know. And then I'll have to take this flapper apart so that I can slide the shaft out and get that out of the way. Then the socket for the light bulb, I want to recess into the top of the carburetor, and I'm going to use these Edison style light bulbs. Okay, these came, by the way, for $10.98 on Amazon. It came with the freaking Edison light bulb. These Edison light bulbs are $5 to $10 a piece alone at Home Depot or Lowe's. So imagine that socket is inside of there, and then I can thread my light bulb into it. All right, and then the pendant light already has a wire on it. I might have to run, I'll probably have to run a piece of maybe stainless wire alongside of the electric wire, because this is a little heavy probably for the electrical wire to hold the weight of. But anyways, if you can imagine this bulb hanging out of the bottom of the carburetor like this hanging from the ceiling as a pendant light. I just figure it's something different. I can't say that I've ever seen anything like it. So once I get that socket in there, I should be able to weasel the wire through down to these bottom ports here, which are stuck. I'm gonna have to, they're sort of stuck. Yeah, as you can see, these carburetors are shot. But anyways, I'll get the wire to come out here, and then I can, you know, bring it up to the ceiling. And like I said, I'm gonna run a cable with it to hold the weight of that, so that the electrical wire itself is not physically holding the weight. And this is the wire here. And you know what I'm going to do with this wire? I'm going to put the, let me go grab something else. I'll run the stainless steel wire right alongside of this, but I don't really want to see the stainless steel wire. So I have this cloth electrical tape that they used on these old 50s and 60s cars. It's like cloth, but it's electrical tape. And I'll just wrap this wire with the stainless wire inside of it, and then it'll kind of mimic an old wiring harness on a car. So that's my idea with the pendant lights. I'm doing 3 of them with the pendant lights and the carburetors. because there's gonna be a little hallway. It's only gonna be a couple feet long back there, where there's gonna be a bathroom to the left and a utility room to the right. So I wanna hang one of these in that little hallway area, and then the other two in the bathroom, probably one above the sink, and then one maybe in the center of the bathroom. So there'll be 3 total. I just happen to have 3 of these carburetors that actually have been sitting outside for years, underneath my back porch. So they've gotten moisture and everything else. I know one of these has a journal inside, has a crack on it. So the car would never run right because it was sucking air internally through the carburetor. And no matter what you did, you couldn't get it fixed because there was a crack internally in there. But anyways, you have to let me know what you guys think about that idea. And I'm gonna finish this video in the morning. I'm gonna go take a shower, get to bed, so I can get up and finish this thing in the morning. I don't, like I said, I would stay out here and finish it right now, but I wanna let the paint cure before I stick the vinyl to it. So I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, let's get the front piece on here for the gauges. I think I cut it to size correctly. I think that should work. What I'm going to do is kind of just take a little, like an inch, fold over the paper so I can try to get this positioned straight. You gotta cut around those little corners at the bottom there. Okay, let me go grab a knife, razor blade. Now I gotta try to get this masking paper off. couple little tiny air bubbles. You just put a tiny little hole in it. Those should go away, but that looks pretty damn good. We'll grab the decal that's going to go below it and put that on. All right, let me got to put some tape on here to kind of keep this decal straight. I marked the center of it, which is 6 inches right here on the paper on front, and I'm going to come down 6 inches from right here, and maybe 5 inches. That looks good. So now I have that piece of tape there. I know that that's going straight to this. We can measure from here to here and find the center point. And we are at 21 and a half. 11 and 11 is 22. So is it 10 3/4? Yep, 10 3/4 right here. Now, as long as we line up this edge and that mark, we should be straight. Grab my squeegee back. All right. Got one more decal to put on, which goes on the side over here. This just goes over here towards the bottom. Just gonna kind of center this up. Trying to get it somewhat straight here. That's pretty good there. All right, all our decals are on. Let's work on putting the globe on, and then we can work on the handle and stuff like that. Got to cut the piece of Lexan. It is currently raining outside, but all right, let me grab the parts for the globe. Before the globe, I need to put this in and cut the wire so I can run it up to the globe. Just want to give it a little extra length. So now I got to try to reach in there and put this light in place. It isn't too bad. Make sure it's turned on, which it's not. I think that's where it's got to go. Run this wire up through here. Okay, this is the wire that came with the globe, and they had it cut right here because they had a switch right here. But I don't want a switch, so we're going to get rid of that. Hopefully, that wire and this wire, I don't think they're both going to slide up this tube together. It's going to be really, really tight if it does fit. I might have to do it a little bit different. I don't think there's going to be room for both of them. Maybe if I cut this one apart. Kind of hoping they both would fit. Been a lot nicer of a connection. Okay, they're not going to, but that's okay. I got another idea. Just have to use some crimp connectors and some heat shrink tube on them. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll cut this black wire. Use this to go up the tube. Camera somewhere decent So we'll use this to go up the tube, and then we'll just connect the tube below the tube. Okay. So now we need to take these two, hook them together. We're going to crimp them with this crimp connector that has a shrink tube already on it. We'll shrink it with the heat gun. This is not like high voltage or anything like that, so I'm not worried about it. It's just two little light bulbs. Could use a twist connector for a regular house electric, but I think these are going to be just fine. It's not like I'm going to leave this thing on overnight or anything like that. All right. All right, now we can run it through this tube. Just thinking real quick how I gotta do this. So these can go back in a little bit. We need to come through here. I gotta put my nut on first. So the nut and the lock washer. Then I can put the metal on. Just gonna hand tighten this. Not gonna go anywhere. Okay. Now we should be able to screw that down so it doesn't move on us. I think. Can I screw that down? No, not yet. I gotta put this metal plate on first that holds the globe. This has to get screwed on first. Okay, let's get that tightened down. I'm gonna have to run in the house and get a light bulb. I think I have some. All right, now we gotta hook the wires up to the bottom of the light socket. Now we can get that screwed on. Come on. Can you get it to go on all the way where I want it? I want it to have a nice good connection. All right, let me do this off camera so I'm not wasting a bunch of time. I just got to I want to get them a good wrap around these two screws so that it's nice and tight. All right, I got that mounted in there. And then this is just an LED bulb. It's like a warm white color. Probably should plug it in, make sure it works, and then we'll put the globe on. Got to put the globe back together. I have to put the glass back in the globe. Okay, that's lit up, and so is that. Perfect. Now we can get the globe and get that on there. I'm going to have to do that over here on the bench to clean up a little bit. These are my what pipes I need to buy for the plumbing for the back building. Made a list on Friday for that. Probably just put this towel down. All right, let me go grab the pieces. I gotta grab the two glass lenses. They are real glass, so I gotta be careful with them. And then the two half of the hoops. Okay, have the hoop out here. I need to grab the glass, which is right here in this box. When you buy a new globe, it comes with the glass installed, but I wanted to make sure that the hoop matched perfectly to the gas pump, so I took it apart. Technically, you should never have to take it apart again after this. Now, the glass has a little notch on each side, if you see that, and it goes into a notch on the globe. And that's what keeps it centered and straight and from keeping it from spinning. Come on, just stay for a second. You gotta get a bolt in at the same time. And that's wrong on this one. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt. These just have a machine screw and a nut, and the plastic housing kind of holds the nut from spinning. It has like a recess for the nut. All right, put this on now. I already backed the screws off up there so that it would slide on, and then I can tighten the screws up. We don't need to super tighten that down or anything because I mean, it's gonna be inside. But that's what it's looking like, guys. So next is gonna be the hoses and stuff like that. So let me get that set up. Okay, I have stainless steel screws for all these side pieces that I need to put on. After that, we got to get the nozzle with the hose, the heater hose through it. I'm not sure which size screw I need to use here. I have number 12 and I believe I have number 10. Because originally I used those self-tappers to hold it. Number 10. Okay, this one can go on now. Okay, last piece right here. This one needs a longer screw at the top, which I bought some. Hopefully I bought the right size. I don't know if I bought number 10 or number 12. Okay, let me go see what I have for that screw at the top of that one. Okay, I did buy a number 10, but I, for some reason, bought a self-tapper one. Still stainless. Which I don't know if that's going to be long enough because it has a self-tapping end on it. Let me go see. I think I have one size bigger. All right, I'm gonna have to get a drill. That is one size bigger, but I'm gonna have to use the impact to get the self-tapper to go into the metal. Still fits like crap. It's just not long enough. Because these are self-tappers. If this wouldn't have been a self-tapper, I wonder if I bought self-tappers because that's all they had. Check my stash. Okay, I found a machine screw. Head's a little bit different, but I don't think you're gonna notice it. And a nut, so hopefully this is long enough. Always has to be a fight. One thing always has to fight you. Well, I'm gonna have to go get a drill bit now so I can drill a hole a little bit bigger to get this machine screw through. Take 3. Once this is done, we just gotta hook everything up, the hoses, get them run out the back. Let's see if this fits now. All right, let's see if this fits now. Might have to drill a hole even bigger. No, it went through. Didn't really need a nut. Kind of threaded itself into the metal. But I'll put one on there just for safety. Yeah, we'll call it safety. There, now it won't come off, ever. Okay, that's done. Next is the hose. So I have the hose going through the end. That hose, I'm trying to remember how I did this. It's going up through here. The air is going to come out of the tank there. Okay. I'm going to have to pull more hose through that handle, which is going to be a pain in the butt. because that hose needs to come through here and out the back, because that's going to be the fill hose, and that's going to fill up right here. And then it's going to come out the top in the back there. Okay, so I need to pull more hose through this, which, like I said, is not going to be an easy task because it barely fits in this anyways. So I guess I'll fight with this, because once this goes in there, that's not long enough. I need another couple feet. So I'm gonna mess with this, and then I'll get some heater hose and stuff ready, and then we can get this hooked up. Okay, I got more hose through there. I took the end of the spout off the end and pulled on it, and because there was no air in the line, it kind of stretched a little bit and was able to pull, and I didn't hear any tearing or anything like that, so it should be just fine. Got to cut some heater hose here to whatever length I like. Really doesn't really have any set length that I need. Just figured I would have it come out of the bottom here, loop down and go up into there, so I really only need about this much. I'll clean it up with some cleaner so it looks black and not all dusty and dingy. I'll cut this hose a little longer. So we can feed this through. Not fitting. There it goes. Okay, so that goes like that. I'm gonna slide this heater hose. Could probably get a threaded fitting, but I think I should probably just shove it up there. Once again, it's not going to go anywhere. So we got to bring it through here. And what I think I'm going to do, a little short, probably should have made it a little bit longer, but that's okay. I don't think I'm gonna do anything with it. I was gonna put a clamp on there to hold it so it doesn't get pulled out, but who's gonna mess with it? Oops. I'm gonna grab a nut driver. Okay, now with this barbed fitting and a hose clamp, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. I mean, heck, the barbed fitting alone is going to almost hold it. Man, come on. I have to go get pliers. Yeah, as you can see how well those barbed fittings hold, to the point where, well, the paint on there is probably not helping me out at all. It's probably making it a little bit harder. Put the access cover on that one. Okay, it goes that way. A couple of the holes have Bondo in them. So if I line up these two, it should be all right to find the other ones. I'm trying to use just a screwdriver because these stainless screws the heads like to get screwed up if you use a drill too much on them. Where the heck is this hole at? Well, I guess we're using the drill. I don't like this one. Why is it at such an angle? I'll re-drill it. I don't like where either one of those are at. Look like crap. I don't know if maybe the metal distorted a little bit, possibly from welding. It's a very good possibility. I mean, you only do so much. Okay, that looks better now. I just need to re-drill that bottom one. See, even though you plan and you try to make everything fit, sometimes it still doesn't. Okay, now we should do the back, and I need to label this so I know which one's in and out. Make this one right here. This is the input. Figured it'd probably be better to input it here and take it from the top. I don't know, I don't think it really matters, but I'm gonna get a piece of tape so I can label that one pipe. I'll just use that one as the out. It doesn't matter. I'll bring it in from the top and take it out from the side. And I'll show you what I'm gonna do in the back building when it comes time for this. I'll probably slide some heater hose over this as well, so it's not a yellow hose. Maybe I'll do that now real quick. Just cut a little section of it. There we go. And this will be my out. When I do the shop in the back, I'm going to put my valves and everything for the in the wall up high, like up here, so that I can just go directly into the wall. Same thing with my power plug. I'm going to put a plug up higher on the wall, so everything just kind of just goes right out of the back of this, right into the wall. I'm going to use, maybe I'll put a, what if I just put a quick disconnect, like, you know, the airline fittings on this, so that I can plug and unplug it if I need to move this out for some reason. That might be a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe one side will get the connector and the other side will get the opposite, so that I always will know which hose does which. So now I need another section of this yellow hose here. And this is gonna go into there. And I'm just leaving these a little long. I'll recut them when the time comes. Better to be long than too short. So I gotta get this in there. And I'll label this one in just in case one of the pieces of tape fall off or something. I mean, I can always find out by taking the access cover off, but God, those barb fittings are so tight. This one was easier to get on because I had some down pressure I can push down on it. The other one was kind of in a tighter spot. I think this hose is rated for 200 and some PSI. Let me see what it says. 300 PSI. I'm going to be running about 150 to this tank. So it's half of what it's rated for. I'm sure these lines should last a long time. But the good thing is the way I designed this is it always can come apart. We can take these access panels out. If one of these lines were to break or start leaking, I can get to them, tighten them, replace them, whatever I need to do. So I need one more piece of heater hose. This shit's not cheap anymore. Well, nothing is, but. Plus having this heater hose around this other hose, even though I clean these metal edges up and they're really not sharp, you know, why not be a little bit more protected and not have to worry about metal rubbing against your hose. Okay, this is my in. Okay, now we just gotta put the back access plate on, and I think we're done. I think it is done. Oh shoot, I gotta do the plexi on the front. Lexian, whatever you wanna call it. So we are not done. Do I push my luck and keep using the drill? I have this upside down. I mean, I didn't measure when I drilled these 4 corner holes. Kind of just eyeballed it. So it could possibly be upside down. I almost put the wrong size screw in there. Screwed up the thread. Grabbed the wrong size. Luckily, it didn't go all the way through yet. So the metal should still be all right. I am sweating today. It's hot in here. Okay, the back's done. Plexiglass, and we are done with this project, other than the bottom, which I will make a video on making the bottom. But now you can see we have nice hoses coming out, which will go right back to the wall. We got my power cord right here, which I'll have a plug up high, so we don't have to worry about that. So I think it looks really good. So I'm gonna spin it back around. Okay, let's cut this piece of Lexan, then we gotta drill it and put it in place. We have a measurement of 10 1/8 wide. Okay, so about 10 1/8 wide. I might go a hair less than that because I don't really want to cut it twice. So I got my little cordless table saw out here. And we're gonna cut this. Of course, it's starting to rain again as soon as I get out here. Quick. So we're just going to go just under 10 1/8. Make sure you wear your safety glasses. This stuff is no fun when it gets in your eyes. Check here, make sure the width is good. Yes, it is. Okay, now we just got to cut the height, which is going to be 11 3/8. 11 3/8. Still has a protective coating on it, so I don't have to worry about scratching it. Beautiful. So now I got to drill 4 holes, but let me clean up the table saw because it's going to rain on it. So get that cleaned up and we'll get this put on and then we are done. Okay, now we got to drill it. Usually Lexan drills really well and it doesn't crack. I bought some real little stainless steel screws. We just need to hold it in place. We're not going crazy here. Now, I need to drill twice. I need to drill smaller into the metal of the cabinet, and then I want to drill bigger through the Lexan so that the screw doesn't bind up on the Lexan. So basically, the hole going through the Lexan is going to be bigger than the threads on the screw. But the holes going into the cabinet need to be the size, just under the size of the threads, so that it'll thread into the cabinet. So I'm just looking at a drill bit here. If I can get it out of the case. Looks like a 15/64 should be perfect. Okay, so what I need to do is hold the plexiglass up to the cabinet where it's got to go. As soon as I remember where I put it. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's up in the air a little bit on this side. I don't like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take a little bit off this edge right here. Very carefully. Getting better. It's almost there. Take a little bit more off and around that corner a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, I see where I'm hitting now. A little bit up here, there's a little bit of body filler that's keeping that top edge kicked up. Oh boy. Much better. Okay, now I'm just hitting on that corner right there because it's rounded and this is squared. It's pretty good. So now I need to hold this and drill through here. Okay. Now I need to drill the holes a little bit bigger in the flexi, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to go up another drill bit size or two. Kind of like to go up to the size where it's just smaller than the head of the screw, because then the screw will kind of sit flush. I don't know what I do with that one screw, but I got an extra one. This is an 8-pack and I only need 4. That should work. If this was plexiglass, it would crack. Now, we're going to take the plastic off the backside. So I don't fingerprint it all up. I don't want to go in, probably because of the Bondo. Might have to drill that one a hair bigger. I know that I use the 5/64 drill bit, so I can go up one more size if I need to. Let's just see if it goes into this metal here. Nope. Okay. It's all right. Rather be small than too big. So the 5/64, we're going to go up to the 3/32. And we'll just do one and test it. Great, just broke. All right, well, I can re-drill it out, hopefully. Screws don't want to go in. Guess I'll go up to the next size. Just getting a little nervous here. I'll make it too big. 7/64 now. Now it's not like these need to hold really well, just enough to hold the Lexan in. be too big. That one fits. Worst case scenario, I could put some silicone or something on the screw and then thread it in there if it's a problem, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. This one's not good. I don't like that one at all. And dirt fell in there. Okay, let me get this screwed in and I'll be back and show it to you. Okay, I think I got it. There it is. So that's gonna complete this project, guys. I think it turned out really, really nice. I'm very happy with it. I'm surprised nobody's making these. It's a pretty good idea, I think. But I think it looks pretty legit, other than it being deeper, because it has to be, because of the air tank is round and not a cylinder shaped, or it's round, it's not oblong tank. But there it is, guys. Let's turn the lights off in here and see what it looks like. I think that looks pretty legit. All right, that's gonna end this video, guys. Hopefully you guys like this one and are interested in seeing more stuff like this. I wouldn't mind doing more things like this, just something a little different, something that you don't see a lot of. Like I said, we're gonna do those carburetors, turn those into hanging lights next, but that'll be after the 59 leaves. Gonna be working on that the rest of the day. But other than that, that's it, guys. So any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Let me know how you guys like this type of videos. If you want to see more stuff like this, just creative stuff. And keep in mind, before I end this video, 2 weeks ago or so was when I started this. This was 5 pieces of 16 gauge sheet metal, 4 pieces of 1/2 inch angle iron, and some paint and body work. And I got this gas nozzle, 25 bucks I paid for that. I had the hoses, so I didn't have to get anything with the hoses. I had to buy these parts and the globe. I probably have about $500 wrapped up into the whole thing. But would you rather look at this or that crappy ass old Husky air compressor tank, which is inside of it now? So I think this is pretty damn cool to have it sitting in the shop in the back and draw air from it and nobody really even knows. I mean, the average person would probably walk in and think it's a real gas pump because, a lot of people don't really know that they're not this deep, and even if they did know, they might not even really pay attention, you know what I mean? So the only other video I'm going to do on it is, like I said, I'm going to make a black base for it to keep it up off the ground so I can get the drain to go into the floor drain properly, and I'll be able to drain it every so often. There's a little bit of bubbling on the where the gauges go. This vinyl on the inside, I don't really care for this vinyl that I got, but I think it'll go away. I think I could probably heat gun it if I wanted to, but I don't know that I'm gonna mess with it. I think it'll eventually just lay down. So once again, guys, if this is something you guys are interested in, let me know. I'll be more than happy to make some more stuff like this. And other than that, I'll see you guys later. Thanks.